I'm gonna be honest. I'm not much of a fan of 2019's Joker. I thought it was just kind of a ripoff of Scorsese and wasn't actually a movie about Joker and just happened to be about Arthur Fleck, and then they kind of forced him to be Joker just to live up to the title of the film and get the budget that they got. And Joker Folie Deux, without having all-time classics to just rip off, completely falls flat. It opens up with Arthur, or the Joker, in Arkham Asylum, and he meets Harley Quinn, and they develop their romance, and all of a sudden he's being given this trial, and it really just becomes a courtroom drama, musical, prison type of film, and it just felt like a mess. All of the scenes individually I thought were actually pretty good. The look of this film was stunning. It's one of the best looking movies of the year, some of the best cinematography just of the year, and the color and the lighting, really well done. So when I was watching this film, like in the moment, I didn't feel how it just wasn't working because I was enjoying the scenes on an individual level. But as the film kept dragging on, I would think about it and realize how just these scenes didn't really connect together, in that it was just kind of odd and laughable. And then you get to this third act that is just a giant middle finger to fans of the first movie and fans of the Joker character and comic book movies in general. It's really disappointing. And you know, Joaquin Phoenix, he gives an alright performance, but it just doesn't really land as much as it did in the original Joker, because here you just get a lot of him singing, but like when he sings, it's kind of a croak, so at first it's fine, but the more you hear it, it's just like, we're getting more of this? Are you serious? Like, I don't really like this croak style of singing. If you're gonna sing, let's really see you sing. And you get some more of that from Lady Gaga, which is nice, but even with her, a lot of her singing kind of comes out like a croak, and it's an odd choice, because it's a film that has some big, grandiose musical numbers with some really nice singing, but in other cases, they're just kind of side by side talking to each other, but rather than talking, they're singing. And it didn't work for me. At one point, Joaquin Phoenix is literally begging Lady Gaga to stop singing, and I was like, oh my god, he is the audience right now, because we are just so sick of this. And I am saying this as somebody who loves musicals. I was really excited for this because I am just a really big fan of the musical genre, and even for me, this just did not work. And some musical numbers on an individual level were pretty fun, but it just didn't connect. Lady Gaga also gives a pretty good performance here. I actually found her Harley Quinn character to be way more interesting than Arthur Fleck in this film. I wish that this was like a Harley Quinn movie, and I think Arthur Fleck would have worked so much better as the side character to Harley Quinn, because what she has going on is just so much more interesting and just like manipulative, while he is very one note. You just see a lot of scenes with him that feel like the same thing with different characters, and they just happen over and over and over again. But Harley Quinn, on the other hand, has a lot of really interesting like story points and things about her character that are told to us, but we don't actually get to see. And I wish we got to see them, because I think it would have made for just a much better movie than this movie was. I'm sorry this is a pretty short review, but I'm just sad and disappointed, to be honest. The idea of a musical Joker movie with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn was so promising, and this really just failed to deliver. And I am still just astounded by how horrible the final 20 minutes of this movie like really were, because they just completely ruined not only this film, but also the first one. And that's what really is throwing me for a loop. So why? What was the point of any of this? Really, like there was no point, there's no audience for this movie, and then therefore not really much of an audience for the first movie. And it's really unfortunate what happened here. I'm giving this movie 2 stars. But what about all of you? What did you think of Joker Folie à Deux? Were you a fan of this movie? Were you not a fan of it? Please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to start a discussion. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.